Less time at
And
school.
if you learn really
if you learn
fast,
really fast,
you probably wouldn't
you
have to go to
probably
school
wouldn't
at
have to
all.
go to school at all.
Now, when I was young,
when I was young,
school was sort of
school was sort of okay.
okay, but I found
I
quite
found
often
quite
that
often the school got in the way of
learning. So I had
So
this
I had this
question in mind: how do you learn
how do
faster?
you learn faster?
And
And
this began
this
when I was
began
very,
when I was
very young.
very
When I was
young. When
11
I was
years
11
old,
years old,
I wrote a letter
I
to
wrote a letter
researchers
to
in the
researchers
Soviet
in
Union
Soviet Union asking about
Hypnopedia.
Hypnopedia.
This is sleep
This
learning,
is
where
sleep learning.
you get a tape recorder union asking about Hypnopedia.
Hypnopedia.
This is sleep learning, where you get a tape recorder, you put it beside your bed, and it turns on in the middle of the night when you're sleeping. Recorder, you put it beside your bed, and it turns on in the middle of the night when you're sleeping, and you're supposed to be learning from this. Good idea. Unfortunately, it doesn't work. But Hypnopedia did open the doors to research in other areas,
in other
and we've
areas,
had incredible discoveries
had
about learning.
incredibly discoveries about learning that began with the first question.
I went on from there to become compassionate about psychology, and I have been involved in psychology in many different ways for the rest of my life
up until this point.
In
In 1981,
I took myself
to China,
and I decided that I was going to be native level in Chinese inside 2 years. Now, you need to understand that in 1981, everybody thought Chinese was really difficult, and that a Westerner could study for 10 years or more and never really get very good at it. And I also went in with a different idea, which was taking all of the conclusions from psychology research up to that point and applying them to the learning process. What was really cool was that in 6 months I was fluent in Mandarin Chinese. And it took a little bit longer to get up native. But I looked around and I saw all of these people from different countries struggling terribly with Chinese. I saw Chinese people struggling terribly to learn English and other languages. And so my question got refined down to how can you help a normal adult learn a new language quickly, easily, and effectively? Now this is a really important question in today's world. We have massive challenges with the environment. We have massive challenges with social dislocation. With wars also the thing going on, and if we can't communicate, we're really gonna have difficulty solving these problems. So we need to be able to speak each other's languages. This is really important. The question is how do you do that? Well, it's actually really easy. You look around for people who can already do it. You look for a situation. You look around for people. Well, it's actually really easy. You look around for people who can already do it. You do it. You look for a situation where it's already working, and then you identify the principles and apply them. It's called modeling, and I've been looking at language learning and modern language learning for about 50 to 20 years now. And my conclusion, my observation from this is that any adult can learn a second language to fluency inside 6 months. Now, when I say this, most people think I'm crazy. This is not possible. So let me remind everybody of the history of human progress. It's all about expanding our limits. In 1950, everybody believed that running 1 mile in 4 minutes was impossible. And then Roger Bannister did it in 1956, and from there it got shorter and shorter. 100 years ago, everybody believed that heavy stuff doesn't fly, except it does, and we all know this. How does heavy stuff fly? We reorganize the material using principles that we have learned. From observing nature, birds in this case. And today we've gone even further.
we've gone even further, so we can fly a
We've
car.
gone even further. So you can fly
a car. You can buy one of these for a couple.
You can buy one of these for a couple of $100,000
US dollars.
You can fly a car.
You can fly a car.
You can buy one of these for a couple of
$100,000 US dollars. We now have a cars in the world that
fly.
Or
buy one of these for a couple of $100,000 US dollars. We now have cars in
the world that fly.
There's a different way to
and there's a different way to fly which we run from squirrel.
So all you need to do is copy
what a flying squirrel does, build a suit.
So all you need to do is copy what a flying squirrel does, build a suit called a wingsuit, and off you go. You can fly like a squirrel. Now, most people, a lot of people,
I don't say everybody.
But now, most people, a lot of people,
think they can draw.
However,
there's a key principles,
five principles that you can
apply
to learning to draw,
learning to draw, and you can actually learn to draw in 5 days. So if you draw like this, you learn these principles for 5
days and apply them. And after 5 days, you can draw something like this. Now I know this is true.
And now this is true because that was my first drawing.
My first drawing, and after 5 days of applying these principles, that was what I was able to do. And I looked at this and I went, wow. So that's how I look like when I'm concentrating so intensely, my brain is exploding. So anybody can learn to draw in 5 days. And in the same way, with the same logic, anybody can learn a second language in 6 months. How? There are 5 principles and 7 actions. There may be a few more, but these are absolutely core. There may be a few more, but these are absolutely core. And before I get into those, I just wanted to talk about 2 myths. And before I get into those, I just want to talk about 2 myths. I want to dispel 2 myths.
I want to dispel 2 myths.
Before I get into those, I just want to talk about 2 myths. I want to dispel 2 myths. The first is that you need talent.
Let me tell you about Zoe. Zoe came from Australia, went to Holland, was trying to learn Dutch, struggling extremely, a great deal, and finally people were saying, you're completely useless, you're not talented, give up, you're a waste of time,
and she was very depressed.
And she came
across these 5 principles. She moved to Brazil and she applied them, and in 6 months she was fluent in
Portuguese. So talent doesn't matter.
People also think that immersion in a new country is the way to learn a language.
But look around Hong Kong, look at the Westerners who's been here for 10 years, who don't speak a word of Chinese. Look at all those Chinese living in America, Britain, Australia, Canada, have been there 10 to 20 years and they don't speak any English. Immersion per se
does not work.
Why? Because a drowning man cannot learn to swim.
When you don't speak a language, you're like a baby. When you don't speak a language, you're like a baby. And if you drop
yourself into a context,
when you don't speak a language, you're like a baby. And if you
drop yourself into a context which is all adults talking about stuff over your head,
which is all adults talking about
stuff over your head, you won't learn. So what are the 5 principles then you need to pay attention to? First, the 4 words. Attention, meaning, relevance, and memory. These interconnect very especially when you're
talking about
come with me
on
a journey through a forest. Especially elements and memory, and to pay attention to first 4 words. Attention meaning relevant and memory.
And these interconnect
in very
important way. Especially when you talk about learning. Come with me on a journey through a forest. You go. Attention meaning
on elements and memory.
And these are interconnected in very important ways. Especially when you're talking about learning. Come with me on a journey through a forest. You go on a walk through a forest and you see something like this. Little marks on the tree. Maybe you pay attention, maybe you don't.
You go another
50 meters and you see this.
You should be paying
attention.
Another 50 meters.
Another 50 meters, you see this. You should be paying attention.
And at this point,
you're paying attention.
And you've just learned
that this is important.
It's relevant.
It's relevant because
it means
this
and anything that is
related, any information related to your
survival. Information related to your survival. The stuff that you're going to pay attention to, remember it.
And therefore you're going to remember it.
If it's related
to your personal goals,
then you're going to pay attention to it.
It's relevant, you're going to remember it. If it's relevant, you're going to remember it. Relevant, remember. If it's relevant, you're going to remember it.
So the first principle for learning a language is focus on a language content. Learning a language is focused on language content that is
relevant to you.
Which brings us to tools.
Which brings us to tools.
We master tools by using tools, and we learn the fastest when they're relevant to us.
They're relevant to us.
So let me share a story. A keyboard
is a tool.
Typing Chinese in certain ways. There are methods for this. That's a tool. I had a colleague many years ago who went to night school Tuesday night, Thursday night, 2 hours each time practicing at home. She spent 9 months and she did not learn to type Chinese. And one night we had a crisis. We had 48 hours to deliver a training manual in Chinese. And she got the job. And I can guarantee you, in 48 hours she learned to type Chinese. Because it was relevant, it was meaningful, important. She was using a tool to create value. So the second principle for learning a language is to use your language as a tool to communicate. The second principle for learning a language.
So the second principle for learning a language is to use your language as a tool to communicate right from day one. As a kid,
to use your language as a tool to communicate
right from day one.
As a kid
does.
When I first arrived in China, I didn't speak a word of Chinese.
Speak a word of Chinese.
And
And
On my
second week, we got to take train ride overnight.
I spent 8 hours
And
sitting
I
in the
was
dining
sitting in
car
the
talking
dining
to
car
one of the
talking to one of the guys on
guys
the
on
train.
the
He
train.
took an
He took
interest
an interest
in it.
and
For
we just
some
chatted
reason,
all
we
night in
chatted all
Chinese,
night
and he
in
was
Chinese.
drawing
He was
pictures
drawing
and
pictures
making
and making movements with his hands and facial expression, and piece by piece by piece, I understood more and more.
What was
But
really
what's
cool
really
was
cool was 2 weeks later,
when people were talking Chinese around me, I was understanding some of this, and I hadn't even made any effort to learn that. Around me, I was understanding. Was 2 weeks later when people were talking Chinese around me, I was understanding some of this, and I hadn't even made any effort to learn that. What had happened, I'd absorbed it that night and on the train, which brings us to the third principle. When you first understand the message, then you will acquire the language.
First understand the message, then you will acquire the language unconsciously.
And this is really
well documented now. Something called comprehensible input.
Then, principle. When you first understand the message, then you will acquire the language
unconsciously.
And this is really well documented now.
Something like comprehensive input, and there's 20 or 30 years of research on this. Stephen Krashen now in this published all sorts of these different studies.
And this is just from one of them.
The purple bar shows the scores
on different tests for language.
Grammar, focus language, comprehensible input approach.
The green and the purple people who had learned by grammar and formal study. The green ones are the ones who learn by
The green ones are the ones who learn by comprehensible input. So comprehension is key.
And language learning is not about accumulating lots of knowledge.
In many ways, it's about physiological
training.
오늘 너무 많이 했다. 뭐야, 17분이나 했어? 와. How time fly? 아, 오늘 너무 열심히 했네. 이렇게 열심히 하면 안 되는데. 오늘 학습 끝!